Hello, I'm Nate, as you probably know, because if you've seen any of my YouTube videos before, you should know my name by now. And I'm the webcomic artist who does jazzandjess.com. I'm sort of a semi-professional comic artist working for an independent publisher on a comic called Ninja, and generally a bit of a doodler. Yeah. Hi. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube blog of any kind, a video log, a blog, whatever you want to call it. So I thought I'd update you with what's going on currently. The last time you saw me, I was bearded and looking quite miserable, actually, I thought. Yeah, so anyway, what's going on in my life? Currently, as you saw from the last video, Lindsay's living up in London. She's getting on with her course there, and every month, you know, we take it in turns. We go up and down to see each other. And but the thing is that I'm living in a shared house at the moment, and as you saw in the last video, which is where it was. This is my mum's, by the way. I don't have kids, so yeah. So I'm living in a shared house at the moment. My tenancy actually runs out in on the 27th of February. And if I hand in my notice there, I wouldn't be able to move out till the 27th of March, obviously. I'm thinking of moving back in with my mum for a bit, just to raise some money for all sorts of things. I mean, me and Lindsay are supposed to be getting married when she finishes uni. We're getting married in Jamaica. You know, but all sorts. But also, Lindsay's tenancy runs out on the 19th of August, I think. And a lot of her housemates are sort of third-year students, so they're going to be moving out and going off and getting jobs and whatnot, which would leave her single-handedly in charge of the house. So we're thinking, because I miss living with Lindsay, she misses living with me, that we're going to move back in with each other. But obviously she's in London, she's at uni, which means that I'd have to move to London. So I'm thinking, come August time, I might move to London. Yay! So I'm going to get out of the Shire, out of Devon, and yeah, move to London. That'd be quite fun. I've never done that before. I've been up there loads of times. I've got my own Oyster card and everything. In actual fact, it gets to the point where you spend so much time up there, you come back down to Devon, and you try and swipe your Oyster card in the bus, and there's no swipe, doesn't do it. You don't do Oyster cards in Devon, and then yeah. So I'm going to move to London. Yay! Anyway, Jazz and Jess. Big news for Jazz and Jess. What's going on? I've got a comic convention coming up in February in Exeter. This year I'm only going to do the one convention, I think. I'm probably only going to do Exeter, just for the funds. And then next year, if the world doesn't end in 2012, then for 2013 I'm probably going to try and do Exeter, Cardiff, Bristol, London, and if I can afford it, I might try and get myself over to Michigan for PenguinCon. That'd be quite cool. And then me and Tanya can sort of throw ninja things in people's faces. And John, I think, is the name of the colourist that she's employed. I've yet to speak to the fella. I don't know him. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Yeah, I can't wait to see his work anyway. So it should be the three of us, maybe, if I can afford it, at PenguinCon, throwing ninja in people's faces, and that'd be quite cool. But yeah, Jazz and Jess, I mean, at the moment, you might have seen that I missed, what was it, last week? Most of Christmas. Jazz and Jess have crashed. They've crashed the Mini. No, not the Mini, the VW, the Bumblebee. They've crashed, and are they going to survive? Ooh. And we're supposed to be following Annika now. But the thing is, this storyline is called Outbreak, and I've got two different paths I could follow after Outbreak, and I'm not sure which one to go with, so I'm sort of making my mind up at the moment. When Outbreak finishes, I can either go and do a storyline that goes back in time and tells a story from before Jazz and Jess, before they were even born, or I can carry on with what happens after Outbreak and then put the back in time story in like a mini comic to sell it. I don't know. I've got stories for mini comics anyway, so I may as well just do the flashback, you know, this sort of back in time before Jazz and Jess were born. And if you want a secret surprise spoiler, it'll be about Jared Hunter. So yes, so that's what's going on in my life at the moment. I'm glad to be seeing your faces again. One final thing is that my lovely fiancée Lindsay has now decided that she's going to start video blogging on YouTube as well. So look her up. Her name is Pumpkin in the Face. Pumpkin in the Face. pumpkin in the face pumpkin in the face. That's what she is on YouTube. Look her up. She's lovely, she's gorgeous, and I'm going to say goodbye now. So, toodle pip.